has been a police officer for 30 years. He comes from a coppering family. His dad was a copper. His grandfather was a copper. He's been, he's ended up as the divisional commander of Brighton. And his wife is dying, and his son is joining the force, and he's been having a long-term affair with one of his colleagues, which he's trying to put a lid on, and all of these worlds kind of colliding. And he's a guy who, I think it happens a lot with men at that particular age. He's having a bit of a nervous breakdown, what we like to call a midlife crisis, and kind of over the series he re-examines, he's forced to re-examine what it is to be a man, really.
Does it affect his job? Does he let it affect his job, all the personal stuff that's going on in his...
He's like a guy who's got 5 pots on the hob and only 4 lids, and he's just keeping moving between all of them. And in season 1 he just about keeps all the lids on the right pots at the same time.
What's the relationship like with his son Jake?
It's good. I think that's another thing that happens. I've got a son the same age as the character, so I did bring a bit of that particular relationship to it. I think that's another thing that happens when young men get to 23, 24, they become men in their own right, and so the father-son relationship has to kind of change as a result. So when you first meet him in the show, he's still treating him a bit like a kid. By the time we get to episode 8, they're 2 men, one who's young and one who's in his late 40s. He's
fully aware he's a gay son, but do you think if it starts affecting his job, is that by relationships he chooses, etc., do you think then he'll come down hard on him?
I think there's a combination of kind of initially wanting to protect him, and then at the end of episode 1 there's a moment between the two of them where he kind of goes, "Are you all right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm just doing my job." And he kind of goes, "Okay, fine, all right, if you want to do that, that's cool." And he's got to make his own mistakes, isn't he? That's part of letting go of your kids. I'm sure there are plenty of fathers who had daughters come home and go, "This is my new boyfriend," and you go, "Just walk away now. I don't want you anywhere near my daughter." I think it's exactly the same with Robert and Jake, I think.
How do you think Cuffs is different from previous police series? You worked on The Bill.
I did. That was my first ever job, yeah. I played a slightly racist police constable in God, I can't remember when it was, 1980 Blur or something like that. It was like season 2 or 3 of...
But this is like The Bill times 100, isn't it? The energy and...
Yeah, it's just... people are going to make comparisons. It's got nothing to do with The Bill. The Bill was very much a kind of plot, procedure-led drama. This is very human. It's, it's got massive heart. So I'm just having a weird deja vu. I'm just having a massive deja vu right this second. It's so it's character-led. It's got humanity and heart, and this idea of, rather than concentrating on how policemen do their job every day, it's that they're human beings who are forced into very difficult situations.
Did you find it easy to be sort of commanding as the boss? Did you like
that? Well, obviously, that comes completely naturally. I'm just the oldest guy on the set. That's really what it is. That moment has happened, and I walk onto the set and I go, "Oh, right, so I'm the oldest person here." So
was there deference to you among the actors?
Oh yeah, very much so. Yeah. No. I'm just the old guy now.